Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Taz back with you for another Diablo Immortal video. So in this video, this is how to do more damage in Diablo Immortal, the short version. I know I kind of went in on the last video, but if you want to check out the last video, the extended version, man, I say all of the how to do it, almost every possible way of how to do more damage on the video in a more descriptive way, like walkthrough on how to do more damage. You can check out that video, and that video will be posted in the description. But this is how to do more damage, the short version. So without further ado, let me get into the video. Okay, man. All my fellas, man, all my players out there, number one key thing to doing more damage is, of course, fortitude. Now, a lot of YouTubers, we preach that enough, man. You have to have fortitude all throughout your build, okay? This green set item, Artisan Carrot, it has fortitude. My belt has fortitude. My boots has fortitude. Man, the arm, both rings, both bracelets, the left and the right, everything has to have fortitude if you want to mid-max on damage, okay? Green set items, there's one way. Your gear has to have fortitude. See the headpiece, fortitude, blah blah blah. That's an ancient piece. You see there, fortitude and strength. Now, don't sleep on strength. Strength gives you more damage as well, but fortitude and strength all over this build. The fortitude, ain't no strength but fortitude. Got fortitude right here, fortitude right there, fortitude and fortitude. So tip number one, get fortitude on all your pieces of gear. You cannot go wrong with that. If you get a legendary gear, it got high CR, got some good magical fists, and with no fortitude, get rid of that legendary item quickly. You don't want it. You want to prioritize fortitude, and if you can get strength with it, if you can get willpower and strength with it, it's even better. But we only specifically talking about damage, because if you don't know by now, a lot of people know, but if you don't know, fortitude is your stats for armor and armor penetration. So that is fortitude. It just, in this menu, it just breaks everything down. Okay, so rule number one on your journey to get stronger, make sure you have fortitude on all pieces of equipment. All these greens, everything over here, make every piece has fortitude. Okay. Number two, we're going to say, well, I'm going to say normal gems. I cannot stress that enough. When it comes to normal gems, make sure all of your set items, which is these green slots, these slots is the same as these slots. They just look different. They present it in a different way. What you want to make sure is all of these pieces have 3 slots. The rings only can have one slot, but make sure the rings that you are using has blue slots. Now, some people, you don't have to go this route, but I'm just saying, if you want to max out on more damage, I recommend get your left ring and the right ring, whatever set item you want, but make sure it has a blue slot. And all of the rest of these pieces of equipment, these set items, make sure they are triple sockets. You see these boosts? The boost has triple sockets, and they always have blue slots. So you have to remember that. When it comes to the boost, you never got to worry about blue slots. They will always have blue slots. But the bracelets, they come in 2s and 3s. If you always go for the slots, I mean the set items with 3 slots, that 3rd slot will always be a blue slot. You can go with an aquamarine, or you go with a sapphire. If you want to do more damage, always go with the sapphire. So green set items should always have 3 slots. The 3rd slot, always put your sapphires in there. In these now, if you want to balance out between armor and armor penetration, you can use aquamarines and sapphires. But for more damage, most definitely sapphire normal gems. The more sapphires you have, the more armor pen and armor you can squeeze out your build. Okay, you see all these slots? All of my slots has 3 sockets. Both of my rings has blue sockets. All the ones that got 3 sockets that's not boots, that 3rd socket will always be a blue socket. And you can put a sapphire in there. Okay, next. If you want to squeeze a little bit more damage out your build, you gotta work with your Reforge. Each of these legendary items, as you rank them up, especially you already have these items that rank at level 30, you will have 5 Reforges you can put on each one of these items. In PvP, which is, I prioritize PvE right now, and then when I get to the point when I'm happy with everything, then I will branch off to PvP. But for right now, in this video, since I'm a demon hunter, I use a lot of primary and skills damage. So I will roll for primary attack damage and all skill damage. Now, on this video, I'm strictly talking about damage. And critical hit damage increased by. So for PvE, I would prioritize these 3 specifically for damage. Now, when you go to damage done to players and all that stuff, that's more PvP. But we only talking about in PvE. So if you can get primary attack damage, if you do a lot of primary attack, that is, if you do a lot of skills, everybody use skills, so you can put all skill damage increased by inside of your build. Now these stack per slot. Okay, so if I get critical hit damage right here, right here, right here, right here, here and there, and all over the place, they add up. And when you check out your stat menu, you will see it incrementally go up because you're adding the Reforges onto your equipment. Okay, so fortitude, everything on the right Reforges, that's completely up to you. I like duration of beneficial effects because that goes into PvE and PvP. If you want your skills to last longer, you will have more duration of beneficial effects. So that's a good one as well. And I tend to go for attack speed on everything. All these different slots has attack speed and critical hit damage. So enough about that. Next, how to squeeze a little bit more damage out of your build, or how to do more damage. Of course, the legendary gems. Of course, one of the centerpieces of everybody's build is, of course, the legendary gems. For example, Berserker's Eye. In the description, it says increase all damage you deal by 5.5%, but also increase all damage you take by 5%. So as you rank up the gem, the damage increase. So that's just an example. You can do more damage. A lot of these, as soon as you read the description, even like the first sentence, you just automatically know it's more damage. Like Berserker's Eye is a good one for damage. It's a lot of these. Look at Entropic Well. Increase skill damage by 6%. If you have a rank 10 Entropic Well, you know exactly what this thing do, and it's a very good gem. We're gonna keep it moving. I'm just specifically talking about damage, not talking about bleeding effects or none of that stuff. Just Crimson Behelit. And your blah 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 blah. Skip all the way to yes, right here. Your Behelit activates and responds to your overwhelming desire, granting you the Behelit power you seek the most. Now this when it gets interesting. While above 50% life, daily damage grants you Behelit Wrath. Increase your damage done by 10% for 6 seconds. When you fall below 50% life, you gain Behelit Mercy. Reduces the damage you take by 10% for 6 seconds. So that first part is how you're gonna squeeze more damage out of this gem. Behelit Wrath increase your damage done by 10% for 6 seconds. That is a hell of a boost. And as you upgrade that gem, it only gets you squeeze more and more damage out of that gem. The perfect thing about that gem is it has a good offense and a good defense. And it has, I think, a slight animation when it triggers, you know. So, very good gem. Very hard to get now, but it's one of those gems. One of my favorite examples, like I said, man, Blood Soaked Jade. I'm not trying to buy no blood. Damn, 32K for a BSJ? What? That's insane. But anyway, Blood Soaked Jade. Increase all damage you deal by up to 8% while at full life. And well, if you say, well, I'm a barbarian, I can hit all the time and stuff like that. Let me continue. With a minimum bonus of 4% while at low life. So either way it go, whether you at full life or at low life, you still getting a bonus, you know, damage boost. So if you can stay alive, if you keep your health full, 8%. Amazing. And this is at rank 1, by the way. But even when you taking damage, if you at low light, a +4 on top of any damage you already have in your build is also good as well. Okay? Bottle Hope, same thing. But this one is when you use a skill that grants a buff, increase the damage and movement speed. You see, increase the damage and movement speed of the target by 8%. When they say of the target, they are talking about you. Soon as you activate a buff, you're gonna move faster and you're gonna do more damage. Just like the Blood Soaked Jade. The second part of this movement speed, you know, increase your movement speed by 10%. These two gems go hand in hand. You're gonna move quicker and you're going to do more damage. So make sure you have the right legendary gems. Good gems on top of that when it comes to dealing more damage. Okay, next, last but not least, this is kind of like a two-part thing. A strong recommendation on this, and then I'm gonna close out the video. You need to have good critical hit chance and critical hit damage. It's not hard to get. It's very easy to get if you do it the regular way. The other way, you can get it from so many different sources. You can get critical hit chance and critical hit damage in your gear. As you see, when you scroll down to your magic, for example, this headpiece, I have attack speed, critical hit chance, critical hit damage. This shoulder piece, the magic, critical hit chance, critical hit damage. My main hand under the magic, critical hit chance, critical hit damage. My main offhand, critical hit chance, critical hit damage. Y'all should be saying this with me by now. If you have everything I just said before, plus this, crit chance, crit damage, you can get critical hit chance and damage on your headpiece, the shoulder piece, the main hand, and the alternate main hand. And you can get it on the offhand and the alternate offhand. So there shouldn't be no reason you can't get critical hit chance and damage on your build, unless your gear is not at rank 30. Because once you get all of your gear at rank 30, you can go to Charcy, you go to services, you can go to enchant, and let's say you got a good piece you know for sure you're not going to get rid of, but it has a stat that you don't like. You can re-roll that one stat only, and you can roll to get yourself critical hit chance or critical hit damage. If it already has critical hit damage, you don't have to worry about critical hit damage. Just go for critical hit chance. Now, what I do is, if I have my item that has crit chance and crit damage, and I have another magical attribute that I don't want, my personal recommendation would be attack speed. Crit chance, crit damage, attack speed. Especially as a demon hunter. You want to hit hard and you want to hit fast. You can't go wrong with that. Another way, if you want to get critical hit damage, is Reforges. If you can get critical hit damage on all these pieces, it will help you a whole lot. But you gotta keep in mind, crit chance is more importantly. If you have to choose between the two, always go for crit hit chance, because crit chance determines how often you do your critical hits. Like it says it right here. We're gonna go in the bag, we're gonna go to my stats. Crit hit chance, this is without using a legendary gem or anything. This is just my base crit hit chance stat. I'm sitting at 32%. I could have been at 35%, but If you could stay at 30% and above as a demon hunter, you are absolutely straight. Look at my critical hit damage, 64.5%. Those are big numbers you have to have when you're trying to squeeze more damage out your build. Now, you can use Reforge and get critical hit damage on all of your, equipment on this side. For crit chance, you have to use enchant if it's not already on the on the gear itself. Okay, another way how you can do crit hit gain more crit hit chance is your familiar. You see this right here? This trait is meme or maim. Crit hit chance increase. If your pet has that and you got them socketed in any one of these slots right here, it will be applied to your character. See? Critical hit chance increase your critical hit chance by 1%. But if you are a dolphin or a whale, this is something they all know. But in case you don't know, let's say you're a cat. Hold on, let me get out of this right quick. Let's say this main trait was legendary. If it was a red trait, what you can do is, because main is the critical hit chance increase. So if you got a pet, let me see, what he got? He don't have that trait. He don't have, none of them have that trait. Okay. But if you have the main trait and it's red like this, I got survivor's instincts right now. But the main trait, if it's red and you have different familiars that has a legendary red main trait, these traits stack. So let's say I have a pet and all of these were legendary pets and they all in these sockets and they all have the legendary main trait and also is active. That means it was stacked. See, this is the first level. See, critical hit chance increase your critical hit chance by 1%. Advanced trait, when you have more than one familiar with this trait, it's got to be red though, and you have to have them in your bonded slots. The next level, increase your, it's gonna start off at 1%, and then the next effect, increase your critical hit chance by 3%. But if I already had a legendary, they would have went ahead and told me the rest of them. But it can go higher than 3%. But that's pretty OP that it's coming from your pet. It's not like you have to enchant and all that. You do have to what they call it? You do have to convert if you want the red one. But this is a pretty good cat. I just have to re-roll it with, keep converting it until I get the main red trait. Some legendary pets has 2 red legendary traits. That's even better. And some of them has 3. So I had to throw that out there. But let me see. Do they have one for critical hit damage? There's skill damage. Finesse is skill damage. Finish hates. No, it's a no. Yeah, decimate, which is this symbol right here, like a new flame. Increase your critical hit damage. So the most important ones for me would be the maim and the decimate, and that's going to cover more critical hit chance and damage if you have those. But the pet have to be legendary. I have to stress that it has to be a legendary pet. You can easily, the legendary pets in the market, they have, the prices has came down some. So if you just looking for a pet with decimate legendary and main legendary, and it's a good pet that you like, I would get it. And then what you do is you put it in the bundle slots, and when you put them all in the bundle slot, the trait is going to stack. So I just show you all with the main trait and the decimate trait how you can get more critical hit damage and more critical hit chance. So on the side note, what will really benefit you all, some people may agree, some people may not agree, attack speed. How fast can you attack your enemy? You attack faster, you get more DPS attacking faster, alongside of having more crit chance and crit damage. And I'm gonna show you all before I go. You see my armor pen is there. My armor is at 5,044 and my armor penetration is at 5,332, right? Now, I'm gonna show you all the importance of normal gems. Okay, in my setup right now, I have, for more damage that is, I have 4 sapphire normal gems in my build as of right now. I have 1 at rank 8 and 2 at rank 7 on my boots. And then on my left ring, I have a sapphire at rank 7. To me, if rank 7 is a good rank, like a good base on 4K, 5K, armor penetration and armor. If you trying to get to like 4K and 5K, if you have rank 7 sapphires, you're going to be fine. Especially if you're a 3K rezo or 2K rezo. Having those gems are so important. Also, if you want to do it just a little bit more damage, get you some pink tourmalines, rank 7. I recommend. That's a good base set for good damage. After you got your sapphires in, if you don't want to rock no rubies, you can replace them all with tourmalines and get them all to rank 7. And I'm gonna show you. You remember them stats I just showed you? Look what I'm finna do with these sapphires. Let's go back. What's my stats? In the 5,000 range, right? So I go to gym services. I'm gonna remove these sapphires. Every last sapphire. Remove. And I want you all to look at my stats. Okay, I have no sapphires equipped, right? Now check out
what else I can help you with?
My armor pen and my armor. Look at that armor penetration. My armor is only still at 5K because I have the aquamarines in, okay? But look at that armor pen. 3,572. I haven't had 3K stats in a nice long minute. This is what happens if you don't upgrade your normal gems. You're going to be looking like this. As a matter of fact, just for the sake of the video, I'm going to take out the aquamarines. I'm finna take them out. Oops, that's the wrong damn thing. Hold on. Okay. Now look at my armor and armor pen. Look at that. Armor 3,940. Armor penetration 3,572. If you get them to rank 7, you're gonna be in a very good position For all my players, 3K, my 3K Rezo guys, even some of my 4Ks, try to get your normal gems to rank 7 and even it all out. Once you do that, you'll get a good base of your armor, well, your armor penetration, because you want to do more damage. Okay, and last but not least, where is it? It's going to be the legacy of the Horadrim. These stones right here, if you want to do more damage, the red stone and this purple one. You see, bonus attributes. Armor penetration plus 270. Armor plus 270. The red stone, bonus attribute at level 30, that is, right? You get a plus 540 to your armor penetration. So that's how to do more damage right now here, and always will be in Diablo Immortal. Please comment, share, subscribe, share your experiences. You know, share this video, man. Get it out to more people who just now starting this game or would like to play this game and learn more about this game and also have fun along the way. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This your boy Tazilla. I'm signing out, and I will catch you all on the next one.